Hello.
Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're listening or watching this.
Hope you're having a good day. We're having a good day because I think we've both been waiting to do this episode for quite a while.
hmm
We said we were going to do it. We mentioned it in many different episodes, and we're finally here. We are going to be talking about international movies.
Yay.
It's called Travel Abroad Part 1 because there's no way we could fit all of these movies into one episode. So I think we're going to end up with 2 episodes, maybe even more, but tonight is part 1.
Yeah, I'm excited. When I was going through some of the movies, like choosing which ones to talk about for this, I started to realize, well, I think a lot of my favorite horror movies are international. And I do think international, like overall, do it better than America as a general group. We're going through a few different countries. We're not going to go specific to one country, so we'll jump around. But this one I think is heavy Korean and Japanese. And then the next one, I have a lot of like Indonesian and Thai ones too to talk about. So I'm excited. But yeah, there's so many good ones that I think you haven't seen all of them, right?
Right. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully you guys find something or discover a new movie or a new favorite from, these international episodes.
And I'm glad you're pointing out movies to me that I haven't watched yet because, as we know, we always have growing lists. So I'll be adding some of these to my list.
Hmm?
And I'm also glad that you said that international horror tends to be better because we tend to always try to do remakes from their movies, and usually it does not go very well.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's pretty trash. And some of these do have American remakes. Some of the ones on my list for the next time have some American remakes. But yeah, international just they know what's up. They know how to make it creepy and scary. So many of these I would not recommend watching late at night by yourself because that's what I did and I did freak myself out. So just a little tip.
And our rule, do not do the English overdubs.
Oh my god. Thank you for saying that. That's actually in my notes is every time I watch one, like especially on Netflix, the dubs are so bad. Horrible. Please don't do that.
They're like, they don't put any effort into the dubs. It's just like the characters will be acting out a very scary scene and they'll be like, oh, look, it's her again. She's coming through the TV.
Watch out over there.
Yeah.
It's so like it
Whoever they
takes you
get,
out of it.
whoever they get to do the overdubs is like, they're just sitting there relaxing.
Yeah.
They're not in the scene. They don't feel the terror
Mm-mm.
that the real characters were feeling. So
Yeah, we could do a better job.
yeah,
Hire us. All right, should we get into it?
I'm ready if you're ready.
Yeah, this first one is one of my favorites. I really like it.
Yes. So I hope I say this right.
And I'm glad you're saying it and not me.
Gonjiam Haunted Asylum.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And this is a 2018 South Korean movie, follows internet broadcasting crew and a group of thrill seekers who enter a notoriously abandoned psychiatric hospital to film a live stream for a massive ad revenue. As the explorers push deeper into the building, their staged jump scares are quickly replaced by very real and hostile paranormal forces. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this asylum is real and does really exist somewhere.
I think that's correct. I don't know if it's actually haunted, but I do believe that's correct.
I want to say that I do remember seeing this on, we get those haunted list, top
Mhm.
haunted places in the world, blah, blah, blah. I want to say this actually came up, and when I saw a picture of it, I'm like, oh, that's from the movie. So this is a true haunted place, maybe that I don't know if you can go to it, but
Yeah.
they at
Would
least filmed it
you
at a real asylum.
would you go inside after watching the movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Now, would I go inside at night at 2 a.m. by myself?
Mhm.
Probably not, unless I don't know. There would
Yeah.
have to be circumstances, but
Troy's doing a solo at the Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, and he'll, film it. Just
that
don't go
would
into
be
the
cool.
basement.
That would be cool. I do like how they made it all about like the whole thing's haunted, but that specific room that they couldn't get into.
Mhm.
I thought that was kind of cool because there was like a purpose of them being there. It wasn't just the whole building. So yeah, they had to get into that room. I think it was 402.
This one I ended up watching, like, right before our ghost hunt. I feel like I might have mentioned that before. Before we were going ghost hunting somewhere, I was like I just stumbled upon the movie, I didn't even know it was a thing, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just throw it on." The first half is it's good. You know, it's your average haunted asylum scary movie, but the second half, I generally don't get scared, or it's really hard to scare me now as an adult just because I feel like I've seen so much, but the second half was so good, and there is a basement scene, no spoilers, but there's a basement scene where I almost muted the TV because the sound and the visuals were creeping me out. I was alone in my apartment, and I think that's kinda rare. So they did this kind of movie has been done a lot of times, but I think they put their own spin on it and made it unique and actually scary.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think there was some, like, comedy in it a little bit.
Mhm.
I'm joking around,
Your
screwing around.
favorite.
Well, if you want me to mention what I was watching before, like I said, that's
Yeah.
just over the top stupid. But anyway, no, this doesn't go over the top for me. There was a little bit of screwing around, but
Mhm.
I still think it's a really good movie, so.
Yeah. I recommend. It's a good one.
And like you said, I'm glad you said this, we're not going to give spoilers for these movies because we're actually gonna not spend too much time on each movie tonight because we have so many, and we do want you all to watch these, so we don't wanna give away anything, important. So spoilers. No spoiler
Mhm.
alerts tonight unless I slip up like I did in the one episode, but
And we'll put a little
a
spoiler alert
disclaimer.
in 3, 2, 1 if we do.
I promise I'll behave.
Okay. So yeah, that one, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. South Korean. The next one is a lot of people are familiar with. It's one of the most famous horror movies, Ringu, which is from Japan, 1998. And if you don't know what Ringu is, it's The Ring. So this is one of the ones that had an American remake. So
Mhm.
this one, just synopsis, it follows reporter, and I'm gonna butcher this, I apologize, Reiko Asakawa as she investigates a terrifying urban legend, a cursed videotape, that kills anyone who watches it within 7 days. 7 days. So you guys, you're familiar with it. After viewing the tape herself, she races against the clock with her ex-husband, uncovering the tragic supernatural origins of a vengeful spirit named Sadako, which is Samara in American, and RIP to, I know the news came
The
out, which is
actress.
really sad.
Yeah, so I will admit this is one of the only US remakes that I actually could watch.
I agree. I think it's good.
I watched it before I watched Ringu,
Same.
because when these were coming out, this was in the early 2000s, I didn't even know there were original versions of these movies, and we'll get
Mhm.
to some of the other ones, but yeah, I saw The Ring in movie theaters. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was, again, not that at that time had never been done, an idea like that had never been done. Some people might say it's stupid, but I really liked it.
It's
I
good.
also I also read the book.
Mm,
So between the 3, they're pretty close. There's just different types of characters across the book and then Ringu and The Ring. So I mean, it's the same plot, obviously, but the characters are just a little bit different.
is the book scarier?
No, because you don't get that visual of the
The tape.
girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the oh,
tape
yeah, of
and the
course.
girl coming out of,
Mhm.
well, I would hope people saw this by now, but I won't give anything else away. So
Yeah. It's a I mean, I think between which one's scarier, the Japanese version or American, you think?
It it depends. I wanna say that people always say, like, the Japanese movies are more psychological,
Mm,
American versions are more, like, jump scare type,
yeah.
but I wanna say that the American version is scarier with the way they portrayed the little girl.
I think I agree, and I hate to say that because I think you're right, it is the Japanese one is more like atmosphere, eeriness, creepiness, and then
Mhm.
I think the American one is more visual, but it's
Yeah.
also I think because I watched it as a kid and it was one of the first horror movies that I watched, I'm a little biased, and I think a lot of people are probably a little biased in that way,
Yeah.
but they're both like, watch both if you haven't, they're so good.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed all 3, the
Mhm.
book, Ringu, and The Ring. I enjoyed all 3.
Yeah. And this one isn't there number 2 or am I tripping?
There's a second, maybe even a 3rd Ring movie.
Yeah, I
Second
think
one
yeah.
second one wasn't that great. There is a second book, I
Mm,
think, too. I didn't get to that yet, but I do think there is another book. And then I don't know about a Japanese version, but I know there's definitely an American version.
yeah.
And I want to say there's three, and the last one's called Rings.
Yes, that was a recent movie, the American one,
Somewhat
right?
recent. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was really bad. I don't even did I watch I actually might have watched it, and I think it was really bad.
Yeah. I didn't like the second one. And yeah, I think I want to say I saw Rings,
Mhm.
and it was also pretty bad.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, Ringu, go watch it, The Ring, all of them. Moving on to Korea, which this movie, if you don't wanna cry, if you don't wanna get your heart ripped out of your chest, don't watch this movie. If you are feeling like a little masochist, like you wanna just really upset yourself and ruin your day and your night, watch Train to Busan, which is from Korea, 2016. So this is a zombie movie. Zombie movies are hard for me because they're usually really sad. Like almost 10 times out of I would say 10 times out of 10. There's something that's going to be sad. There's something with an animal or just a really devastating loss or you get attached to characters, blah blah blah. This is I think one of the best entries into the zombie category. So
yes.
this one is a man catches a train to Busan with his daughter on her birthday to go see his wife. However, things take a nightmarish turn when a zombie outbreak occurs in South Korea. So it's primarily on, it takes place on like the train slash train station, and it's a zombie movie. It's what you can expect, but it is so well done. It is so devastating, so gut wrenching. I was sobbing at the end of it. What are your thoughts on this one?
So I tend to stay away from zombie movies just because I feel like the zombie genre
Hmm.
is the most made and overdone type of horror movie, other than like
Interesting.
families move to a new house and it's haunted.
I was gonna say, yeah. That's, like, probably number 1.
Yeah. So zombie movies, zombie TV shows, I just tend not to watch them because I feel that they're very repetitive. But this movie definitely stood out. It was so awesome. It's like level 10, just always like just level 10, full of action, full of craziness. I'm trying to remember the ending that you're talking about that was so upsetting, but I can't, I'm not specifically remembering that. And we're not giving spoilers away, but
I
this
think
movie is just in your face the whole movie. It's awesome. It was so well done. And yeah, I mean, I love this for being a zombie movie. This is definitely really well done.
I wanna say you don't remember the ending because your brain is blocking it out to save you the heartache because it's so traumatizing because, it's I don't know how you could forget it unless it was, like the brain's like, "I don't wanna remember this ever. I don't wanna think about it ever," and that's probably why. It's so sad.
Maybe I'll watch the ending to this. I'll YouTube it.
I I am never gonna watch this movie again. It is so good. It's like it's a 10 out of 10 movie, but I will never watch it again because it is traumatizing. It's one of those one and done ones where it's like,
Hmm.
I've seen enough. I don't wanna relive this. But in
Okay.
your case, you should. Maybe just
Yeah.
fast
Well,
forward, I don't
I
know.
have to. I have to know what you're talking about. It's going to bother me until
Mhm.
I go see this. So
Yeah, let us know on next week's episode what you thought about it.
yeah, I will.
And now we're gonna go back to Japan. So we went through Ringu. Now we're gonna do Ju-on, which I would say is the other super, super famous one that also had a super, super famous remake in America. So Ju-on is the Grudge. The Grudge versus the Ring. I think the Grudge is scarier, in my opinion. I'll just go through quickly if you don't know what the Grudge is. And I'm talking about Ju-on specifically, the Japanese version, 2002. So, a mysterious and vengeful spirit marks and pursues anybody who dares enter the house in which it resides. So, it's just like this really, creepy house. And there are spirits there from events that took place there in the house.
Bad events.
Yes, bad events. And the visuals are so unsettling. They stay with you. I mean, if you've seen it, the American one is similar. I think in this case, the Japanese version is scarier because a lot of it is kind of you're in a house and it's like there are things creeping and it's eerie and it's quiet. So I feel like the Japanese version does it better, but I do really like the American one too.
So now that we're talking about this, I actually did see Ju-on.
Okay.
but I don't know if I finished all of it because there are specific scenes that I am remembering that are
Mhm.
from the Japanese version that are different from, well, not different, but I'm just saying, like, I do specifically recall scenes from the Japanese version. So I did see it. I don't know if I finished it, and I've seen The Grudge.
Okay.
I will say personally, I like The Ring better than The Grudge,
Oh, interesting, okay.
but I'm not saying that. I just like it better. I don't know. I liked it better.
It's hard to choose one because they're both so iconic and
Yeah.
so good. So, like, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, they are maybe the two. Well, they're definitely in the top 5, I'd say, like best international movies made, like that caused remakes in the US that made a lot of money.
Mhm, mhm.
So,
Who would you say would win in a fight? Like, the kid the girl from The Grudge or Samara from The Ring?
Samara.
I think you're right. Like,
Yeah.
she scraps for sure.
Yeah. Like you just
Yeah.
can't like beat her.
For The
She's,
Grudge is I don't know, what is her name? She has a name for sure, and her name isn't The Grudge, but I'm calling her the Grudge girl with the hair.
yeah. We can call her the mom
Yeah.
because there's the mom and then there's the son, the little creepy kid.
Yeah.
But the mom you can hear coming because she makes that weird noise. Yeah.
We used to do that as
I
kids.
know, everybody did. But,
It's so
yeah, I mean,
scary.
you could hear her coming, and then she crawls, so
Mm.
I feel like Samara would
She would, and I think,
totally
like,
take
you
her
know the
ass out.
scary movie where, like, "Cindy, the TV's leaking," when she comes out and then she fights, whatever her name is.
Oh, you mean the
Yeah,
actual Scary
scary
Movie
movie,
series. I
yeah.
thought you were like, "This one scary movie I can't think of."
No, no,
Okay,
scary
yeah.
movie, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Scary movies are funny.
But yeah, The Grudge, I think just the concept of anything in a house, and they make it feel very personal and intimate, which makes it more creepy. The little
Yeah.
boy is scary. Ju-on has a show that I believe it's Netflix did in 2020, and it's called Ju-on Origins. So for this one, it plays off a similar story about the house. A paranormal researcher hunts for a cursed house where something terrible happened to a woman and her child long ago. This one I thought was really well done, and I could have said this one in the show episode, the TV terror,
Yeah.
but I kinda forgot that I even watched it until I went back through my notes, and I was like, "Wait, this was really good." It is one where you kinda have to pay attention. Don't watch the English dub, watch it in Japanese.
Mhm.
It's yeah, atmosphere, creepy, eerie, acting is really good, it's you creep is it does creepy very well, it's not super, like, boo, boo, jump scary, but I gave this one a 8 or 9 out of 10, I think, when I watched it, and I just binged it. I think it's 30-minute episodes, and there's 6 episodes, so you can just binge it, it's like a 3-hour movie, essentially.
Well, I am definitely gonna add this. I do remember seeing this,
Mhm,
but I did not watch it, so I will add this to my list, my
mhm,
Netflix list.
yeah.
I have, like, a list on every streaming service, but I promise I'll add this, and I know I also need to watch Channel Zero. I know.
Still
There's so much. I can't.
wait, you need to prioritize Channel Zero because that's the best thing that anyone's ever done in the entire world.
Okay, well, good news is, when I have some time off from work,
Mhm.
I'll have some time to catch up on these.
Okay. Alright,
Promise.
alright, alright. Well, I'm excited to hear your review on Channel Zero and Ju-on Origins, and then the ending of Train to Busan.
Well, that's an easy one. I could do that
Yeah,
tonight probably, 'cause it's gonna bother me.
yeah. Yeah, ruin your night. Good luck to you with that. Okay, so we're staying in Japan, and we're going to another very famous one, little older, 1999, Audition. Audition is about a widower. He has his film producer friend organize a fake audition as a means of helping him find a new girlfriend. But the woman he selects is not who she appears to be. I don't wanna, go too much into this one. This is one that's on a lot of people's, top horror list. If you Google it, top horror movies ever made, this one will pop up. It's really, really good. It's really well done. When I tell people I like horror movies, I often get, "Oh, have you seen The Conjuring?" Or
Yeah.
"Oh, have you seen Audition?" That one, it sticks out to a lot of people. It is pretty brutal. It's not, like, for the weak stomach, and I'm gonna say that for a few of these.
Yeah.
But this is one, if you haven't seen it, it's just classic Japanese horror.
Now that I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if I've seen this.
You've had to.
I know of it. I
it's
definitely know of
yeah.
it because these pictures are looking very familiar.
Mhm.
I just don't know if I've actually seen this.
Well, there we go. You got a long list at the end of this episode.
I know.
Yeah, it's good.
It does look very familiar. I'll
Agreed.
know if I start watching it. I'll know. But okay, add it. It's
And I
at it.
might wanna give this one a rewatch because I haven't seen it in a really long time. But yeah, that the ending scene is a little rough, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't wanna say too much about it. It's amazing. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Now we're gonna jump over to Korea. And this one is people are like, what's your favorite horror movie? This one is always on my list. I don't have one specific favorite horror movie, but this one is on the top of my list, top 10. It's called A Tale of Two Sisters from 2003. So when I was in high school, I wasn't into horror my whole life, but when I was in high school, I didn't really have a life. And I didn't do anything on the weekends. This was Tumblr era. I did Tumblr, and then I started finding, like, Death Note, which is something I watched, and I was started to get into Japanese horror, and I think I actually got into Japanese horror deeply before I got into American horror, and then I went to Korea. So it was Japanese and then Korean, and those were, like I was just watching them every single night. So A Tale of Two Sisters, near and dear to my heart. This is from 2003, again, Korean. Uh, what it's about. After being institutionalized in a mental hospital, Sue Mi reunites with her sister, Soo Yeon, and they return to live at their country home. But strange events plague the house, leading to surprising revelations and a shocking
Mhm.
conclusion. This one does have an American remake, so it's fine. The American one, the Korean one is 10 out of 10. It's such a good movie. It's I'm gonna say creepy like 5,000 times this episode. Sorry, but it is so creepy. I was watching it at like 3 a.m. by myself, alone in my room, and I don't really get jump scared, but this one made me jump scare where I was trying to pull the covers up because I got spooked out, and I ended up punching myself in the face, and that scared me because I was like, wait, what's happening? But the scenes are great. The acting is great. You can't say anything bad about this movie. If you do, you're wrong. It's so good. Have you seen it?
So I've broken one of our rules.
It's
I've seen the American remake, not the original.
okay.
So the American remake is called The Uninvited.
With
And
Emily Browning, I think.
it has actually a couple
People in it?
famous. Yeah,
Does it?
I think so.
I saw that one so long I think I saw it in theaters, actually.
It does. I thought it did. I don't know names. I'm so bad with names.
Elizabeth Banks, yeah.
It has Elizabeth and Emily Browning.
Emily
Like,
Browning, yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Okay. And David Strathairn.
Okay,
I
you
know him
really
too.
need to watch the
Yeah.
Korean one.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, great movie. I want to compare it to, what are we comparing it to? That movie we talked about, Me Movie.
Oh, Goodnight Mommy?
It's got a little bit of a similarity, right? If I'm thinking
Yeah.
the right thing.
Yeah, and it's also, like, similar style in terms of atmosphere where you're the viewer trying to figure out what's going on, and it
Yeah.
doesn't give away a lot until the very end.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Big, like, twist. A twist.
Mhm.
There was a twist
Mhm.
in Goodnight Mommy, kind of a similar twist
Yeah.
in this movie.
What a
But
twist.
yeah. But I agree. I need to watch the original Tale of Two Sisters. The Uninvited, that was a really good movie. So you're saying this one's way better. The original's way better.
I think so, and I do if you're gonna watch this movie, watch it late at night, lights off, dark, no candles, by yourself, just to set the mood. And
Right.
I think you'll have the best experience.
But don't punch yourself in the face.
Don't keep your hands by your side, basically. And we can stay in Korea. Actually, should we go France?
We can.
Let's go France. Yeah, let's switch it up a little.
All right. This was one of the first movies I added here to the notes just because I remember it so well. It might have been, honestly, one of the first, maybe the first international movie that I saw, and I did not use the overdubs. I read all the subtitles.
Mhm.
So the movie's called High Tension. It was released 2003. It's about college students. I can't remember if her name's Mary or Marie. Let's say Marie because that's how it's spelled. And Alex, who retreat to Alex's secluded family farmhouse to study. Their peaceful weekend shatters when a psychopathic killer breaks in, massacres the family, and kidnaps Alex, forcing Marie into brutal race to save her. So this movie starts off crazy from the beginning. And you would actually appreciate the truck that the killer uses because it really reminds me of the Jeepers Creepers truck.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie, early on, I remember a scene where I'm like, whoa, okay, so this movie's going to be like this truck is just parked in a cornfield and there's something interesting going on in the truck. And then you see the guy throw a decapitated head out the window. So use your imagination. But then the scene that really stuck with me is, so they put they're ready to go to bed. They put Marie up in the attic room and it has like its own bathroom up there and stuff. And she's settling in all this. And then she hears and sees the truck pull up. Now the rest of the family's sleeping. Alex, her parents, and her little brother are all sleeping. And I think the family ends up waking up and the dad goes down to the door, gets killed. And
Spoiler.
it's just one person. Okay, we're done.
Okay.
I promise. Sorry. My point. Okay, no more. It's not the biggest spoiler though. That comes at the end. Anyway, she's witnessing all this and she's creeping down the stairs. And this is reminding me of nightmares that you've had
Mm-hmm.
when a killer shows up at your house and they're coming in the house, whether you like it or not. And you're like seeing all this and you're like, oh, I got to hide. I need to get out of here. So she runs back up into the attic, fixes up the room and hides to try and this killer comes up there and he's looking around and she hides. And then, he leaves, as I said, kidnaps Alex. That's not a spoiler. It's in the synopsis. But that whole scene it really gets your anxiety going. And it personally made me think of a lot of nightmares I had as a kid, knowing that the killer's in the house and I needed to hide. And a lot of the time my strategy would be to go to the attic and climb out a window onto the roof and either hide on the roof or find a way to jump down and run to the neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any nightmares, it's a good strategy.
Yeah,
It's definitely gory though, so fair warning. If you're not
I was
into
gonna
gore.
say, I feel like I watched this movie young and I don't remember much, but I do remember the gore.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool movie, and there's another twist at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll leave it at that. I won't spoil anything else.
This one will be on my list that I need to rewatch for sure. And this is I think our only French one we're talking about today, but I have a good amount of French ones for our next episode because if there's anything the French do well, it is gore and just brutality in some of these movies that is kind of hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah. And I feel like, I know we talked about the TV show Marianne on Netflix. I want to say that is French.
It is.
So, a shout out to French horror. Marianne I love that TV show. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. So yeah, definitely a shout out to French horror.
Didn't it seem like they were gonna, how it ended? Didn't it seem like there was gonna be season 2, or am I remembering that wrong? Wasn't it kind of open-ended?
It could be, I guess. It could be open-ended. But from what I've seen, they're not doing that, which they should, because whoever wrote that, they need to write more, because that was such a good TV show.
Have you looked up who did it and if they have any other pieces of work? I'm actually curious now, because they did do a great job. That show was good.
Samuel Bowden? Why does that sound familiar?
That does sound familiar.
And Kwok Dang Tran.
We'll
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah, high tension. I'll rewatch this one, but for more French ones, the next episode, I got you if that's your shit. I have a few, and the ones that I have are not for the week. So that'll be next time. But we're gonna go back to Korea now.
We are.
So I said I had a lot of Korean and Japanese. So the next one is, speaking of brutality, I Saw the Devil. And this is a Korean film from 2010. Have you seen this one?
I have. It's a good one.
Yes. Okay. So in this one, a secret agent exacts revenge on a serial killer through a series of captures and releases. That's the full synopsis. The acting, 10 out of 10. The tension, talk about high tension, 10 out of 10. Anxiety, you're on the edge of your seat. It is such a good revenge movie. It does not have one dull moment. It keeps you hooked the entire time.
Yeah.
Story is great, pacing's great. It is heavy, heavy gore, not for the faint of heart, not for the weak stomached. So I really love this one.
There were a few times I had to laugh because some of it is kind of funny. It's a revenge movie, so some of the things that this guy does to the serial killer are just over the top, kind
Mhm,
of funny, and you're rooting for him to do all these things because of what he did,
mhm,
which we will not spoil. But yeah, it did make me laugh at a few different parts of the movie, but definitely a great movie. I actually, out of nowhere, I want to say sometime last year, just thought of it just came to me. I'm like, oh, what was that movie where, this guy tracks down the serial killer because he did something awful and then he just takes revenge on him like multiple times, just doing things. And I couldn't remember it. So I Googled it and then it was this. So yeah, I saw this, I think twice I've seen this movie.
mhm.
So it's a good movie.
I do recommend it a lot. It's a good cat and mouse.
Right.
You will be full attention to the TV the entire time. So,
Mhm.
another banger from Korea. And we can go South Korean.
Yeah, we staying?
Yeah, we stand.
Okay. So this, I think, is a pretty well-known international movie by horror lovers. It's called The Wailing, and it's from 2016. It's about a bumbling police officer, Jong-gu, who investigates a mysterious zombie-like illness spreading through his rural mountain village. As the gruesome plague infects his young daughter, Jong-gu spirals into a frantic, desperate search to save her. So I think I've only seen this movie once. I watched it on a whim just because I at the time, I want to say I kept seeing it come up on lists of really good movies. And then I watched it. I watched the trailer first and I'm like, Then I watched the movie and was like, wow, it's an awesome, great movie. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10. But, my 10s out of 10s are very sacred. So, but I will say this is basically near perfect. Don't want to spoil it too much, but there's a reason this plague happens and it's just crazy. Some of the scenes are crazy. It does say bumbling police officer. It's not over the top with comedy or anything like that. I
I was gonna say,
promise.
why does it say bumbling? That's
Because
like
he shouldn't be a police officer.
yeah.
You can tell right away that this guy is like one of those, he would run from the scene of
Mhm.
something that police officers are supposed to run to the scene for. He would be running from the scene screaming. That's what they mean by bumbling. He should not be a police officer. He's a goofball.
It's a funny descriptor. I'm gonna start calling people that. I'm gonna add
Bumbling.
that to my list, like bumbling.
Yeah.
This one I remember being really long, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Or
might be actually. But, it's just craziness. I don't want to give too much away, but it is such a good movie. I'm pretty sure anybody who's seen this will also, be on our side for that. They'll vouch for that and agree with it. This is such a really good movie.
yeah, this one's good. It's 2 hours and 36 minutes, so it is
It
long.
is long. Okay.
Yeah. I remember
But
it
it's
being like
worth it.
it is good. I watched it similar to you on a whim because I was seeing it like, "Oh, this one, seems like it has good reviews, better than I thought it was gonna be." I really liked it. I thought it was maybe a smidge too long. I feel like I've said that before, that I like long horror movies to me are a little much, but it is really good. It's a great watch. I don't really remember too much of it is the only thing. It doesn't stick out as super memorable for me, but maybe I
Yeah.
just need to rewatch it because I definitely watched it like at least 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah. Same. But, when I was reading through the synopsis and stuff and started reading some details about the plot,
Mm.
I started remembering it, and there are some crazy scenes. I can't give away anything though, because I just don't want to. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff that goes on because of this plague. We'll leave it at that. It's a plague that they call it in the synopsis. But yeah,
Yeah. This one I need to re
and just so nobody gets confused, I don't want you to think it's a zombie movie. It's not really a zombie movie. So the word plague is not what I would use to describe what's going on in this town.
it's a
But
zombie-like, but not zombie.
yeah, you learn what happens and what's causing this
Mhm.
plague, but it's not, yeah, yeah. It's not a
I
zombie
like
movie technically, but
Yeah, I liked it. I recommend. I will I'll this one and High Tension I need to rewatch for sure.
yes.
Um, I like how I was like, yeah, I saw the devil was Korean. I'm like, okay, let's do the Wailing from South Korea. Obviously,
That's
these
what
are
I
all
said. I'm
obviously these
thinking,
are
I'm
all
like,
South
"Do you wanna
Korea.
go to South Korea now?" And I'm
Yeah,
like, "As
yeah,
opposed to North Korea, because
yeah, like
we're
yeah,
not
we're in Korea, but
we're
now we're
not
going
gonna
down to
watch."
South Korea.
I don't think North Korea makes any movies. They
Yeah,
Yeah, so you're like, "Do you wanna go to
that's
South
funny.
Korea?" I'm like,
I thought about it
"Okay."
for a second. I'm like, wait, that sounds
As
stupid.
opposed to North
Yeah,
Korea. Yeah, we'll
just
go
to
south.
clarify, I don't think we were in North Korea. We stayed in South Korea. And we are still should we just go South Korea one more?
We can go
Well,
right down, yeah.
yeah, I think that's our last, this is would be our last Korean one if you wanna go into
Yeah.
it.
So, this might be my favorite movie on here
Oh,
that I've well, it's tough to say that, but
it's a valid opinion.
I love this movie because I was so shocked, and this could have been on our shocker episode because
Mhm,
the twist out of all of them, I wanna say this one caught me off guard the most.
mhm,
And when I say that a movie like this with this idea, I've never seen something like this before, that's really underselling it. But this movie, so this is a 2019 movie. It's called Parasite, and it's from South Korea. So it follows the impoverished Kim family who schemed to escape poverty by infiltrating the wealthy Park household. Posing as highly qualified, unrelated professionals, they secure jobs as tutors, a driver, and a housekeeper. Their scam spirals into chaos when they uncover a dark secret. I'm not uncovering that dark secret. I almost did because it's,
good, good,
it's in the
good.
synopsis. I'm stopping right there. So, just to kind of explain what happens, there's this very poor family who are like good at scamming people, and then there's a very rich family. So, each of these family members kind of scam their way into jobs for this rich family. And then the rich family goes on vacation. And then that's all I'm going to say. Well, they help themselves to a lot. But that's it. When you get to what's really going on in this house, this is M. Night Shyamalan level, if you'd
What
like
a
to.
twist.
There we go. Yeah. I mean, this gets like a 9.9 out of 10, if not a 10. So I loved this movie. So I watched it and I'm like, holy shit, what just happened? And then like 2 days later, just watched it again, knowing, sometimes when you know the twist, you rewatch something to see if you pick up on other little,
Mhm.
Easter eggs or anything like that. So yeah, I watched this 2 days later and it is such a good movie.
Could you pick up on these? Like, were there any little, hints throughout or no?
I guess I can't say much without
Yes
uncovering a
or no?
secret. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Because 'Cause I've only seen it once.
there's a certain character in the movie that when you know the ending, you can
Mm,
maybe pick up on a few different things of this person's behavior.
okay,
That's
okay.
it. That's all I'll say.
I remember when this first came out, I was waiting for it to be available in America to watch because it hadn't been released yet or something, and I was dying to watch it.
Yeah.
And then I think I was traveling somewhere, and it was on the plane as a movie, and I was like, "No fucking way, like, Parasite is on here," so I watched it on a plane.
Yeah.
And I agree. It's so well done. It has won a lot of awards. I don't even know how many, but it was very high praise. I don't wanna say too much about it, but it is
Yeah.
a top tier movie. It does have a sex scene in it. I only remember that because I was on the plane and I was like, "This is awkward," because I feel like people were looking at me
What is she
watching it.
watching?
Yeah, so don't watch it with your parents, just a little tip. Not to be weird that that's, like, the only scene I remember, but it was just the circumstance. But, yeah, great, great movie. So good. This is a huge gem winner out of
Yeah.
South Korea.
Yes. Definitely
And the
give it a
director
watch.
is I don't wanna not say the director's name because I know he did another movie recently that I didn't watch. It was something about, like, a job interview. Did you ever see that? Bong Joon-ho. He did,
Yeah. Where is he?
it, like, just came out, I wanna say within the last year. Am I tripping?
No, because I know
I could have
Mm.
sworn, or maybe I'm thinking it's like an actor from that movie or something, but there was some movie about a job interview, and I think it was Korean, and it was maybe comedy horror. I don't know. I could be misremembering. Completely off. But anyways, that is Parasite, our
Yeah.
last
Yeah. Korean, right? Last
yeah, our
Korean
last
film.
Korean
Yeah.
one. Now we can move to Argentina. These two are I recommend them to people a lot who are, maybe haven't seen too many horror movies or are like starting to dabble in it. This director, apologies if I butcher it, Demian Rugna, is so smart. He does horror very, very well, and he has a unique perspective, which I appreciate. It's not like every other movie. It feels different. It feels fresh. It actually, oh my gosh, the freaking Michael Myers scared me for a second. I don't
He's
know
been
why.
back
Like
there every episode,
out of the corner of my eye, it looked like it moved, and that freaked me out.
He's back there every episode.
He could be possessed and maybe he, like, did a little twist. Anyways, that freaked me out. He actually scares me, with these movies, which, like I've said, feels like it's hard to do. So, these are 2 movies from him, from Argentina. So, Terrified is the first one. This one came out in 2017, and it's Terrified with a D, not to be confused with Terrifier. So, for Terrified, when strange events occur in a neighborhood in Buenos Aires, is that how you say it? I don't know if I got a little
Buenos
accent on it.
Aires
I tried to say it like, I don't know,
with the
with an accent.
accent.
I don't know if I sounded
It
stupid.
was good.
Thank you. Okay, so when strange events occur in a neighborhood, a doctor specializing in the paranormal, her colleague, and an ex-police officer decide to investigate further. Before I go into it, have you seen this one?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't even want to give anything away on this one because it's a weird concept in a good way. Where immediately I was like, "What the heck is going on?" It's the visuals. A lot of the scenes are things I haven't seen before or really caught me off guard, and it freaked me out. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I love this movie. Like I told you, I've watched this and your other one that you're gonna mention
Mhm.
kind of back to back, so I get a lot of the scenes of both of these movies mixed up.
Mm.
But I'm looking at some pictures now and it's bringing back a lot of the really cool scenes. Yes, this movie is awesome. Perfect title for this movie. Can I ask a quick question with not spoiling too much?
God, I don't know if I can answer it, but
It's a yes or no question, but I just
okay.
have to ask one thing about a specific scene.
Okay.
Shower.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
I know that
Yeah.
freaked me out. And that
Yeah.
was
That's,
before Evil Dead, which there if you've seen both, you'll know what I'm talking about. Shower, Terrified, Evil Dead it's kind of brutal. It's a lot.
yeah. So, okay. I had to look at a few photos to know which movie we're talking about.
Mhm.
Yes, I saw this. I loved it. Definitely some scenes that will stick with you. The one I
Yes.
mentioned. I don't want to, like, I do want to say one word answers, like one words, and you'll know what the scene is based on those one words. But
What about do you know bedroom?
yes,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And then dining table.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So those are the scenes that I remember that specifically stick out.
Mhm.
Really, really well done
Yeah.
movie. I think what would help is if I rewatched this and did not rewatch the other one right
Yeah.
after it. Cause I remember I want to say you recommended both of these movies to me.
Mhm.
And then I watched them back to back. And so they just kind of run together for me. But yeah, this is a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, I watched these far apart because I think I watched them the same year they came out. But yes, definitely rewatched Terrified because that is a really special movie to me. So that one was 2017. 2023, more recent, which is actually a little weird to think about because I was gonna say it came out like a year ago. So that's a little time
Time,
jump there.
yeah. I'm the same. Like when I look at some of these movies and I'm like the other way. I'm like, it really came out that long ago.
Right. Yeah, no, like 2023. I feel like this just came out.
Yeah, me too, because I remember swearing that it was like a newer movie, and I've only
Yeah.
watched it last year, you know?
Yeah,
Some
I mean, I watched it when it first came out, so that's why it's tripping me out. And we're talking about Where Evil Lurks, by the way.
mhm.
So this is another one, same director, writer, Demi Rugna. This is about in a remote village, 2 brothers find a demon-infected man just about to give birth, quote unquote, to evil itself. They decide to get rid of the body, only to end up unintentionally spreading chaos. This movie's so good. It is, again, very, very brutal. I can guarantee you there's stuff in here that you haven't seen before. The demon infected man hits you, right off the bat. Grotesque, disgusting. And then the dog scene is all that really, I don't even, I feel like
Mhm.
my jaw was dropped for maybe like 5 minutes, and I'm sure everyone who's seen it feels the same way. But yeah, it's called Where Evil Lurks. So the meaning of the movie, it's really in the title. It's about how, evil travels, how it gets passed and created, I guess, is as much as I can say.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, this also had some interesting scenes.
Mm.
I'm interested to know what movie you like better.
I think Terrified, just because I don't know, I think there was, like, more just coming at ya.
Mhm.
I think Where Evil Lurks maybe had more brutal scenes,
Yeah.
but they're both so good, and he's great because these are movies that they feel new, they feel fresh, they don't feel repetitive and things that have
Yeah.
already been done, so I love his work.
Yeah. I will also go with Terrified.
Yeah,
I did like that movie better.
yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. I don't I don't really know why. I guess I like the storyline better for that one.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Argentina. Heavy hitters out of Argentina. And we can go to Veronica, which is Spain, right?
yes, it
Yeah.
is. So, this I have to say this. This comes up sometimes as you know how like you'll get like
I
one
know
of those
exactly what you're saying, what you're gonna say.
it comes up as like those advertisements sometimes as like the scariest movie that people have voted is Veronica.
And, like,
And I'm like,
most people could not finish this TV
yeah,
show.
like
It's on Netflix, by the
most
way.
people were uneasy. They
Yeah.
couldn't finish this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. But then there's a lot of people too who are like the opposite, and they said the movie's garbage. I don't agree with that either. I thought it was decent. So this is from 2017, follows a teenage girl in 1991 Madrid who becomes the target of a malevolent entity after performing a school basement seance. To contact her deceased father during a solar eclipse, she experiences terrifying demonic oppression while single-handedly caring for her younger siblings. I mean, you can file this under what was our episode of Don't Do Stupid Shit?
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
serious? Like, come on. You're going to do a seance using a Ouija board during a solar eclipse. Like, you're just asking for problems.
Mhm.
So, yeah, the little girl, I don't know if she's little. I don't,
It's like a teenager, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in high school, I think, or
Yeah.
equivalent of high school. She goes through some shit. I don't want to give away too much, but I only saw it once, thought it was decent, and not much to say about it. I mean, it did have some like freaky, creepy scenes and stuff like that, but ultimately, I would not agree that this is the scariest movie. I was able to finish it,
Yeah.
so I don't know how you
I,
feel
um
about it, if you've seen it or not.
I almost remembered it as a show, so I kind of forgot it was a movie, but yeah, I get those ads on Instagram all the time where it's like, "Scariest thing you'll ever watch, blah, 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 blah," and I almost wanna say that that is like a disservice to the show because I think I had seen all these, like, quotes and reactions like, "Oh my god, terrifying, blah, 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 you're gonna get possessed watching this movie."
Yeah,
And I watched it, and I agree, it wasn't bad, it was good, there's some good visuals in there, but I think it hyped it up a little too much,
yeah, yeah,
and I don't think it didn't need that, like, it can just stand on its own, and I feel like maybe my opinion of it would have been better where I wasn't like, "Holy shit, this is gonna be the craziest thing I've ever watched." So, it was good, but it wasn't terrifying.
yeah. Agreed. But did want to throw it on here because it is international. It
Mhm.
might be the only Spanish movie that we talk about. I don't know yet. We'll see. But
No, I think well, we have the orphanage. Spoiler, we're gonna talk about the orphanage.
we are. I didn't know that was Spanish. I didn't look it up yet. But that's a great movie. But yeah, that's for episode 2 or part 2. I'm sorry. We're in episode 9, but that's for part 2.
Yeah. The orphanage is, that's Spain, is it not? Yeah, pretty sure it's Spain. I know it's Spanish. I don't know if it's Spain, but don't hold me to that. We're gonna talk about the orphanage. A little sneak peek for the for the next episode. Okay, so shocker, we're going back to Japan. So our last three are from Japan. I do love Japanese horror. So we'll go. Actually, there's just two more. Last two are from Japan.
Mhm.
We flew through that. Okay, so these ones are my favorite word today, brutal. The first one is Ichi the Killer from 2001. Shout out to my friend Jaime, actually put me on this one. He's like, you have to watch Ichi the Killer. It's so good. It's crazy. It's going to be the craziest thing you watched. He did not overhype it. It is pretty crazy. And it might be the craziest thing you ever watch. So in this movie, a sadomasochistic Yakuza enforcer comes across a repressed and psychotic killer who may be able to inflict levels of pain the enforcer can only dream about. So it is essentially a full movie of just hardcore torture, graphic, gory, gruesome, but fun in the best way. So the thing with a lot of these like over the top, gory, 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 blood squirting, blue, 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 blue everywhere, it gets to a point where it's almost comedic. And I think not in the way that you hate, but in the way where it's like, okay, it's so over the top
Yeah.
where it doesn't feel gross.
Yeah.
But it does still feel gross. So this one is actually Ichi the Killer is based off of a manga of the same name. So it was at first, and then it got turned into a film. You do need a strong stomach. If you do not like torture, blood, things being pulled off of people, ripped off of people, ripped out of people, don't watch it. I believe it was banned in a few countries. It is easily to watch. I forget where I watched it. I think maybe Amazon. Have you seen this one?
No, I have not.
Okay. What are your thoughts? What's your take on like the torture porn movies?
I would say I probably have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
It's not something that, like, if you're like, Troy, watch that tonight. And I'm like, not really in the mood for that tonight, but I'll watch it. I'll make myself in the mood for it for next week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where I have to be in the mood for it. I don't get too squeamish with anything like that, but like there are certain things, like we talked about this, the shaving scene from Cabin Fever
Yeah. Yeah.
and like just nails breaking and stuff, like that's the type of stuff that gets under my skin. But
I agree.
as far as like, body parts flying everywhere and blood flying everywhere, that doesn't bother me. But yeah, I'll add it to my list. And then it's going to be one of those, though, that I'll watch like just out of nowhere. And then I'll write to you and be like, yo, I watched it last night finally.
Yeah. It's fun. I recommend everyone watch it if you have, again, strong stomach. So great one. It's a classic for Japan. I'd say it is pretty well known. And our final one, another classic, Battle Royale out of Japan. And this came out in 2000. Have you seen this one? Oh,
Let me
okay.
look.
So Battle Royale, I don't want to say walked, but Battle Royale walked so Hunger Games could run. A lot of people say Hunger Games is a ripoff of Battle Royale. Battle Royale is better than Hunger Games. It is actually like a Hunger Games. No one come for me because I do like the Hunger Games. But Battle Royale came out in 2000 from Japan. In a dystopian future, a group of students from a Japanese high school are forced by the government to compete in a battle, killing one another until only one is left standing. So this one was a book first. It got adopted then into a manga and then a film. So has a lot of works. It is a fun movie. Like if you wanted like the gore and the fighting, from Hunger Games, like if that's your jam, you like people like survival, people fighting to the death. This is for you. It's great. I think it is brutal partly because when it came out in 2000, it's dealing with kids killing each other, so it was, controversial at its time. I don't remember if it got banned anywhere, but I think there was a lot of discourse over it. But it's a great movie. It stands up. It's something you could like rewatch over and over again. It's not, Ichi the Killer over the top. It's still pretty brutal, but in a more like, I don't know, palatable way, I guess. It's a great one.
It sounds interesting, and I'm surprised that I don't even think I've heard of it. So now I feel like a shithead.
I mean, it is. I think people who are into Japanese horror. It's on a lot of people's, "Oh, you gotta watch Battle Royale, it's so sick."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool movie.
I will look into this, and it's upsetting me that there have been a few on this list that I have not seen.
You got a lot of homework to do.
Yeah, I have homework to do.
Yeah, a lot.
I
Yeah, I
do really wanna watch the Ju-on Origins.
that one could be easy because it's, again, the 30-minute episode, so you can just, like, knock that out quick.
Yeah, and I swear I've seen Audition,
I'm sure.
but I gotta get to these other 2 Japanese ones here.
Yeah. Clearly, a lot of Korean and Japanese. I mean, that was kind of my intro into horror, which is why, this is heavy in those countries. There
Yeah,
are a ton of other countries that, like, we want to talk about that have really good movies. I'm not going to lie, there still might be some Korean and Japanese ones we add in into the,
yeah.
second, third parts. But I do really, really like, I want to give a shout out to French, I already mentioned. Brutal, we'll talk about, some of their movies, but Indonesian/Thai horror has been some of my favorites in the past, I don't know, 5-ish years. I can't wait to talk about those because they are really, really good and they do horror amazing. So I can't wait to talk about those. And then we'll get into some other countries too. I know we talked about Goodnight Mommy, which I think is it German or is
I think
it?
it is German.
Yeah, Goodnight Mommy. We talked about Speak No Evil, which is Dutch, I think, or
Yes,
Danish. One of those.
Danish.
So we have talked about,
Couple.
some here and
Yeah.
there, but there's just so many. So if you have any international horror, and I know we say this every episode, but I'm actually really serious for international horror because there's so many that I probably haven't heard of, or,
Yeah.
I would love recommendations. So please send them our way.
Yeah, let us know what you think of these movies we talked about tonight. I know, again, Veronica gets a lot of shit, so feel free to bash that movie if you want. But yeah, I mean, let us know your thoughts on all these movies. You agree with us. If you felt some of these were trash, that's okay too.
Ah,
Um,
that's debatable. I will, depending on what they think is trash, I'll be the judge of that.
but if you haven't seen any of these, there's a reason why we didn't do spoiler alerts. So please take the time and go watch some of these, especially the ones that we were really excited about and so were really, really good. Start with those and work your way to the other ones. But we're not trying to steer anybody wrong. These are just our opinions, but I don't think you'll be disappointed with these movies. So give them a shot.
Yeah,
All right.
let us know your thoughts, send the recs, like, comment, subscribe. This is what, our 9th episode.
It is.
If you've been listening this far along, we appreciate you. More international horror to come. Happy summer. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yes. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.